Okay, Bill, do you have any radio shows / other podcasts, not the Verzi Effect that you already mentioned, that you would recommend that you guys don't know about? I mean, the shit I like, the Opie and Jimmy show. I always liked Howard Stern. Fucking the other guys. I always liked the other guys in Atlanta. That you can actually but listen to online. This is a whole new game here. Actually, Joe Rogan. You guys probably already, if you listen to my podcast, you know about Rogan and Maron and all those guys. You know what was one of my favorite radio shows of all time was the Phil Henry show. And he used to do this thing where, it was this amazing thing where he would host the show, he would bring up a topic, and then he would have a caller call in, but the caller was actually him. And his caller would just say the most craziest shit, and it would just get other callers to call in. He was like the original troll. And then the other people would call in and argue with this phantom caller that was actually Phil Henry. And then he would moderate at the same time. And he's actually doing a voice on F is for Family. And I was such a thrill to talk to him. I asked him how he did it, and he just said he was clicking over from one microphone to the other. And every once in a while, somebody would figure it out and call him, is this the same guy? And then he would quickly hang up on him. And some of the classic ones, at this point, I think you can just listen to him online. But he had one where he was talking, it was like the 20th or 25th anniversary of the Star Wars trilogy. And he called in his own show, basically. And he was pretending to be some big Star Wars fan. And he was going yeah, man, he's going in Empire Strikes Back was awesome. And I love that part where Darth Vader is like, Luke, I'm your father, you bitch. And blah, 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 blah. And he just kept going back to that quote, going, Luke, I'm your father, you bitch. And blah, blah, blah. And Phil would then, as the host, go, yes, I remember that. That was an incredible twist in that trilogy. I would think that all Star Wars fans would rank that in the top 3. And the guy's like, yeah, man, he said, I'm your father, you bitch. And then somebody calls in. He's going, yeah, I just want to talk to the caller. He just says, Luke, I'm your father. He doesn't say, Luke, I'm your father, you bitch. And he just kept saying, yeah, Luke, I'm your father, you bitch. And the people would sit there and argue with it, wouldn't figure it out. He pretended to be pilots, talking about seeing goblins on his wings one time. And some real pilot calls in going, look, I don't know who this guy flies for, but there's no way he's saying that he reported that to any sort of FAA agency or he would be grounded immediately. And then Phil just goes, are you calling me a liar? And then would just immediately launch into this argument. It was fucking tremendous. I don't know. Other than that, I'm an old guy and all the radio shows I liked have gone off the air. I was actually flipping through the Boston stations here. Like, whatever happened to BCN? I couldn't find WAAF, WHJY. It's all gone. It's gone. Anybody else remember that? The Big Mattress Show?